Good morning, everybody. So, what we've got on the docket today. Um, I've been keeping on large cap movers, I've been keeping SBE up. I am looking for a confirmation of this upward support line here, this inclining support line. I've been hesitant to get into it right here in this area for the move to the top of the range here. Usually after a stock puts in a pattern like this, it's really predictable. It'll mess up the pattern just to be the market and mess up as many traders as it can. So I'm waiting for a test of this support line here before I get into a trade on SBE. It's one I've been watching for a while. DraftKings, pre-market DraftKings is right here at this price line at roughly $54. I'll probably, if I get a pullback to $54, I'll probably make an entry for the next move to higher recent highs. This has an all-time high of $64 back here. And so a break through this roughly $56 level, $56.70, $56.50, and we ought to move back to all-time highs. I'd like to get a position somewhere around the $54 level today, if it gives us a chance. Okay, so DISCA is pulling back a little bit in the morning. It's a little bit below one of my support lines. I'll probably go for it here at 34.64 if it gives the opportunity. MGM pre-market is up here close to recent highs. A safe entry for me is at $30.30. I'll see if I get a pullback. You can see this thing's historically been quite a bit higher, at $38. And it's made a pretty good comeback. The market's bullish, so a pullback all the way from 31 to 30 to 36, or from 31.60 to $30.36. That's a bit of a pullback, but we'll see if it gives us the opportunity. CTXS pre-market is dipping down a bit. I have a support level at 127.30 and 126.20. Keep an eye on it. I have alarms set up, so if it starts hitting those levels, I'll start averaging into a price for a move up. It has earnings coming up soon. And then FCEL. FCEL has earnings coming up soon too. It's a green energy play. It's definitely put in some a steepening move here. We've got a pullback, and it's up a little bit in after hours. So I've got a level of $16.15 on it as support. If it comes back into that support level, I will buy and look for another push higher. That is the game plan for the morning. And then watching the scanners, the momentum scanners, for anything else that's popping up. There's a lot moving today. There is a lot that's moving up. So it ought to be a pretty busy day. Oh yeah, then CHNR, China Natural Resources Company. It's caught a bid in the morning here. Let's see if there's any news on it. There's no recent news on it. These things, I don't know, the momentum lately has been kind of, a stock will pop up post-market and pre-market, and then it opens up, and there might be a small gap and go. Oh, pardon me. There might be a small gap and go at the open. but then it starts sliding down. Then within the first half hour or so, there might be a small run up. But lately, momentum has just been the pre-market strategy and so forth. It's just been opening to weak trading and more selling and just kind of dribbling down for the rest of the day. So if something starts hitting the scanners, then I'll look to that. But CHNR right now, as of right now, is the only small cap momentum play that I'm seeing in the market. And then, as always, I have my setup for the SPY. So let's pull that up. I'll bring it down into view here in a moment. Okay, so here's the SPY. Let's take a look. I haven't looked at it yet today. So it's up pre-market, and it's hanging around the highs. It's at the sort of the low of this breakdown candle right here. A little dip. The buy the dip crowd came in. The BT FD, buy the F dip, has come in and decided to put a bid under the SPY. See what's going on with the VIX. VIX is still stubbornly, I have 22.2 as, I don't want to call it a line in the sand. However, closing below 22.2 and then confirming a close below 22.2 is a big deal to me. And then for the VIX to close into the teens, I think I have 18 something as another level. Yeah. So what I'm anticipating is a move on the VIX over whether it's one day or a couple of days down to this 18.3 level for a bounce, a little pullback in the market to run back up to the 22 level again. And so this 18 level is going to be a little bit of resistance for a while, but once it gets down there and stays down there, then the SPY, in my opinion, is going to see a lot of upside. So let's change that to the hourly on the ad. And today we'll see how it plays out. Let's see. As of right now, we got the SPY coming out of overbought and going into oversold on both the 1 and the 10. The ad is coming out close to bouncing up from oversold and coming out of oversold on the 10, close to bouncing up from away from oversold. On the that's the 5 minute. Let's change that to a 1 minute there. Yeah, it's coming out on the 1 minute, and then the SPY is working on coming out of oversold on the 1 minute. Here, let's change this to the 1 minute again here. Yeah, so it's bullish when the signals are all mixed like that, and nothing is exactly clear as far as which direction all the relative strength indexes are going. There's no real single. When all of them are kind of in different configurations like that, it just tends to be bullish for the SPY. So I'll look for probably wait for the morning shakeout. See what kind of run up we get at the bell. If we get a run up, I think that we probably will get a run up at the bell. See what it does to shake out some of those Johnny-come-latelys. And then look to enter a bull position, look to enter some SPY calls. So that is the game plan here with about 24 minutes to go to the bell. I'm getting my trading platform set up. With the various windows. kind of hang out here and see if anything pops up on the scanner. We've got a few minutes until the open, so things could start popping up here and there. I hope everybody had a good weekend, rested, ready for a 4-day trading week, bit of an abbreviated trading week. If you're new to the channel, looking for a place to hang out while you trade, somebody to bounce ideas off of, feel free to join. Say hello in the chat. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, tap the bell. Just look forward to having some folks along for the ride. And so Baba's coming back over its neckline here. I managed to make a little bit of money here in Baba on this head and shoulders pattern. And now it's coming back up over its neckline. You can see here. And so a test of the right shoulder and failure at the right shoulder is a possibility for Baba. I averaged into 70 shares short at $231 a share. I managed to ditch it somewhere around 224 or 226. Let's see, I made about $500, a little over $500 on it. So I had to have ditched it somewhere around 226. And so this setup is a setup I'm going to keep an eye on. I think that if Baba isn't delisted or put on that do not trade list by the time the new administration comes in, and the Biden administration is friendly to the Chinese, all politics aside on that one. So Chinese stocks, and CHNR actually is a part of that, even though it's a small cap. It ought to be, I imagine it's going to catch a bid just because it's a Chinese stock, one, and two, it's a natural resources stock, which is commodities related, and commodity related stocks are going to see upside in an inflationary environment. So, a move over $3 on CHNR today. I'm going to put an alarm on this pre-market high here. And if it pulls back, can't imagine that it would pull back much more than $2, but I'm going to put an alarm here at $1.97 as an entry. So if it pulls back to $1.97, it's an opportunity to grab some shares for a bounce up. If it goes up above 310 here, it's an opportunity to grab some shares on momentum. On momentum for a shooting star kind of move on the day. All right. CHNR is coming down a little bit here pre-market. I have a stock symbol in my portfolio that turned into a number 3427401. It must be one of the SPACs, but I can't remember what it was. Let's see here. I bought some on the 11th and on the 12th. Go back to my transactions here. 11th to the 12th. I wonder if it's SBVCF. Yeah, look, it used to be. So I had a stock that was SBVCF. Should be SB. I'm CVF. I'm chatting with my online help here. I averaged in on the 12th, so the 11th and the 12th. It's a small position, 200 shares. I averaged in at $10.13 roughly a share. And it went up to, let's see, the price calculation right now is $12.66 a share. So I mean, it's only there are only 2,000. I only have $2,000 in it, but you know, I would hate to see even you don't want to take any losses, you know. So 2,000 shares. I'm sorry, 200 shares. You know, at $10 roughly a share. You know, up $500 on it. I'd hate to see it just, I don't know, disappear. I don't know. We go here. We'll go to the news. See what's going on with SBCBF. It's not listed. That's not good. I don't think that's good. I'll use the Google. See what I get on Google. Wrong keyboard. SBCBF. Yeah, it's a SPAC. Oh no, wait. You got stock twits. There's only one post on stock twits for it. SBCBF. Weird. It's not good. I mean, it's not terrible. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of money in it. It's one of the beauties of diversifying portfolio, not putting all your eggs in one basket. But I wonder what happened to it. It was there on Friday. Hello, I see somebody came to the channel. Welcome to the live trading channel. This is just a spot to hang out while you trade. Check out my ideas. If you have any questions here, I'll run through what I'm looking at this morning. I've got DISCA. I have 2 levels on that. 3460 and 3589. It's below 3589 right now, so I'll probably look to get in at the 3460 level. MGM, looking for a pullback to $30.36 for an entry on MGM. It's caught a bid pre-market here. CTXS, it's taking a little dip at the open. So if it pulls all the way back to between 127.30 and 126.20, I'll be a buyer in there, probably average in to a few hundred shares. I've got FCEL. FCEL has taken, has this recent pullback right here. I believe that's just a pullback. I think there's a buy the dip crowd that's going to come in for that. And I have a support level at $16.15 on FCEL. Then let's see, I've got the other thing that I'm watching is China Natural Resources. It's caught a bid in the pre-market here. You can see this pre-market. And so if it pulls back down to this $1.97 level, I will look to start enter a position. Oh, I don't think right now is a good spot for an entry. And I tend to only trade regular hours. Sometimes I'll trade pre-market, but I need to get into the office a lot earlier. Hello, is it Camille? Is that how you say your name? Welcome to the channel, Camille. So I have 2 young children who need to get ready for school and all that stuff, and the earliest that I can usually get into the office is by about 8:30. If I were here early enough, if I got into the office at 4 a.m., then I would look to trade pre-market, but because I usually only get into the office somewhere around 8:30 to 8:45 to do my pre-market workup, I tend to only trade in the regular market hours. So on occasion, I'll take a pre-market position, but typically, well, it was good to see you, Camille. I hope you got something out of the few moments that you were here. So, I'll wait until regular hours trading for a pullback here to $1.97. Well, that was fun while it lasted. I mean, you know, it is possible that CHNR, given this pre-market activity right here, it's possible it could catch a bid right in this 227 area. Looking back here at this pullback, then run up, then pull back. And we're live. Market is open. See what things are doing here. This has caught a bid at the open. MGM is coming down to this 30-36 level. So I put in an order to buy 200 shares at $30.36 on MGM. Looking for a 1% bounce on that. CTXS it's red on the open, but it's got this big tail candle here. It looks like it's catching a bid. FCEL is pulling back a little bit at 16.15 is the level I'm watching there. Let's see what's hitting the scanners. Scanners are pretty quiet. The first day of the trading week, it tends to open kind of quietly. It's like everybody's coming back from a 3-day weekend. It's Monday. They're just kind of hanging around watching what's going on. SPY is moving up and down a little bit. Got about 15 cents away from that support line there on MGM. CLXT is hitting the scanner. We've got some small caps that are hitting the scanners. Pola. $300,000 shares traded there. CHNR is catching a little bit of a bid here. I entered it at about $2.36 a share on just a really small position, 100 shares. I reprogrammed my hotkeys here, and so just kind of tested them out. There we go. Oh, terrible. Run back up. See if I can get out of that thing. I just clicked to sell 100 shares. Let's see if my order is in. I've got direct, yep, and I'm out. Okay, cool. So hotkeys are working. That's nice. So right now, CNHR, it has to move past $2, and there it goes. All right. And cannot hold it. Somebody rather quickly dumped around 260,000 shares. Pretty quiet morning. CHNR's hitting the scanners. There we go. CHNR's doing its thing. Very nice. Got a pre-market high on CHNR of $3.10. Okay. So I went ahead and took profits there. I got in, pardon me, the first time I got in somewhere, I think at 2:30. Actually, I can look and see. I got in at $2.33 and sold at 2.42. Now the second time I got in at about 2.50 at the break, the break of this candle right here, 2.54-ish, and caught a ride for about 30 cents there. Let's go back to FCEL. FCEL, I'm in here at about 693 or so for 500 shares. Yeah, it's making its move. Okay, and I cleared out of that. Cleared out of that somewhere around 17. I'm testing out my hotkeys, and so I'm not taking any position that's too terribly large. So let's see what it does at 17. I think if it keeps running up here past 1727, past the pre-market high up here, that'll be pretty bullish. Let's see where that sits. Pardon me. Yeah, so if it runs past that pre-market high, past 1726, the next spot, there might be a little bit of resistance there at roughly 18, but then the next thing it's going to go for is the 1954 level. I don't know if that'll happen today or not. Okay. So pretty small gains this morning, but I'm happy with it. I haven't really traded a whole lot of size. On FCEL, it looks like I made about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times about $30. And on China Natural Resources, it looks like I've made a total of about $60. So I'm up almost $100 on the day. There goes FCEL. I think the next spot of resistance on FCEL is going to be 1726. We'll see what happens. DraftKings is pulling back a little bit. And so, I don't have an alarm on DraftKings. I had a level at 51 something. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where that level, there's a level of support in here somewhere. Let's get rid of that one. There's a level of support around the 51, 50.89. Let's see if we get a pullback all the way to 50.89. Be very interesting. So CNR is doing some pretty interesting pullbacks here. Oh, there it goes right there. Yep, that was a buy. So this level right here at 273, as soon as it broke that, it was a buy. It was it could be getting a little bit worn out. Really, the next best spot to try and get into it. That was only what, 273 to 280, so that wasn't a really big pop. But the next best place to get into it here is at 287. The break of 287 is the next spot. So let me get over to it. Right now, 287 is acting like a little bit of resistance. There it goes. Oh, what happened? That was weird. I wonder if, okay, well, so I missed the entry. My hotkey, for some reason, brought up a new window in my trading platform. So it was strange. It worked, that same hotkey combination, which is Control-Shift-X, worked to get me into FCEL. Let's see what's going on with FCEL. A little bit of consolidation here. I mean, not really. We've got this sort of candle. It's a candle of indecision, not quite a doji, almost, but not quite. CHNR is making noise on the scanners again. Yeah. Yeah, so I missed the entry down here at $2.70 on that one. It definitely has. It has a little bit of room to run here to 310, and then over 310. Let's look back at the daily here. Historically, had this big run up to about $6. So the next spot after it goes past 310, the next spot of resistance will be $6. So if it can hold on to, let's put it on the 1 minute. Yeah, if it can hold on to this 287 level right here, then it'll be in good shape. You can see it's definitely stair-stepping up. You're up, step, up, step, up, step, up. So yeah, the next spot for it to beat is going to be this. Was that roughly $3? All right, so it hit its head against $3, but it's already put in 1, 2, 3 pullbacks in regular trading hours, and usually momentum it doesn't last long, but we'll see. Over $3, and I'm a buyer. Well, actually, you know what? Over $3, I'm not a buyer. Over 310, and a hold over 310, then I'm a buyer. Polo's pulling back a little bit here. Polo's pulling back a lot. There's a gap and go set up on it from 1265 to 1393. Then it sold off and it's gone below. It's not what you want to see. CHNR making another push for $3. ACRS just hit the scanners again big time. CHNR. I'm watching the level 2 here. There's a 13,000 share buyer at $3 that just got eaten up. So let's see what it does at 310. $310 is its pre-market high. Over 310 and then a hold of 310, and the next spot of resistance will be $6. So a break through 310 and then a retest of 310 will be what you want to see. Ooh, that is definitely not what you want to see. That pullback all the way to 285 roughly. Yeah, you don't want to see that, and that's the highest volume. The highest, that candle has the most volume on the morning so far. We're about 25 minutes into the trading day, and right now CHNR is put in a fairly sizable rejection at $3.10 on almost 1 million shares traded right there in that 1 minute time frame. So it pushed up to 310 and couldn't make it. Now we'll see for the rest of the day. Now there are two things that are going for the stock. I don't see any news on it. It's pulling up headlines for Pola. I'm on CHNR. Don't pull up headlines for Pola. It's so annoying. Why is it doing that? God, that's annoying. Anyway, I didn't see any headlines for CHNR, but there are two things that are going for it. Right now, the Chinese markets are bullish, and it's a natural resources company, which when people are looking for places to invest in an inflationary environment, natural resources, commodities related securities catch a bid. FCEL is working on hitting and pushing through possibly that 1726 line. Right now, it needs to make it over. Needs to make it over $17.13 right now. For the time being. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. See what CHNR looks like on the 5 minute. Yeah, so this is the first 5 minute pullback that we're seeing here. And now let's I'm keeping an eye on SBE for this support line right here. This is a daily chart right here, and so this support line right in here, and I'll start to average in to a position for the move higher. CTXS pull back to 130, now 135. FCEL. Let's see what it does when it hits 1726. If it hits 1726. CHNR pulling back big time here on this 5-minute candle. On the 1 minute, I mean, you can see pretty plainly on the 1 minute here that usually by the time a stock puts in, let's see, we'll call this one the first pullback. We'll call that one the second pullback. Usually after the second pullback, there isn't much left for the stock to run. But here we have a third pullback and then a fourth pullback. And so now it's just going to start rolling over and start breaking down below. It's breaking down. So below this 266 level, and then again below 249, so on and so on. It's usually the way most of the momentum stocks work. They'll have a run up, and then they're like, all the traders are like, okay, I'm in, I'm out, I sold, made my money, it was a good morning, see you later, hasta luego. Okay, so FCEL hit that 126 level. Let's see, the high there is 1726, not 126, sorry. Hit that 1726 level and got rejected. So some consolidation here, and then another push higher will be a good setup. So I'll be looking for, I'll probably put this, I don't know about the 1 minute. This one actually has a similar sort of, let's see, a pullback out of the open, second pullback, run up, third pullback, fail, fourth pullback, run up, tap the pre-market high, and is now getting rejected. Mondays can be kind of, I don't know, strange though, because you can get a late after 10:30, after somewhere around 11 o'clock to 11:30, you can get, if things are bullish, you can get the second round of buying at that time of the day, rather than most days are, first round of buying and selling happens directly after the bell, and then the market, most stocks tend to just kind of move in random motion for about an hour until about 10:30, and then you'll get a second round of trading happening at about 10:30. And the second round of trading usually isn't as strong. But Mondays, or today's not Monday, it's Tuesday, but the first day of the trading week, you can get that second round of buying, a strong second round of buying, somewhat late in the morning, like after 10:30, after 11 o'clock. You'll find certain securities are catching a bid. CHNR still pulling back. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna take go get some late breakfast. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.